Ladies and gentlemen, the guy at the end of the bar proudly presents the Dantanna's Late Shift. Brought to you by Attorney Ray Giudice. And now the two men to take you to new heights in sports conversation, Nick Cellini and Matt Chernoff.
He is our man in the know when it comes to things legal-wise. He is Ray Giudice. And Ray, let's start by talking about the Paterno family issuing their response to the Free Report, saying there was a lot of misinformation.
Well, the knee-jerk reaction is that, oh, this is BS. The family hired some people. They didn't just hire some people. They hired a big law firm called King & Spalding in their Washington office, who then hired Richard Thornburg, who is the former U.S. Attorney of the United States of America, who put together a pretty good blue-chip panel. So I don't think you can just reject this. Now, I haven't read it. It takes many of the aspects of the first report to task and head on. However, they also have the luxury of having that report, having a jury trial go by, and having another year to put their report together. At the end of the day, I don't think this means anything. I don't think it acquits anybody.
So if somebody wants to read the Paterno version of the report, would you tell them, don't do that?
Don't do it. Well, whatever's in both of those reports, that is not appropriate behavior for anybody. But so, yeah, don't do that.
Well, the thing that stuck out to me is the Paternos paid their witnesses. They're trying to, clean his name up. The Free Report was an independent thing, which to me, he had no dog in the fight.
Well, no. The Free Report, Penn State University hired that. So both reports have people who hired them, and they have an agenda. Yeah. That report, the first report, is trying to be an insulation for liability against Penn State and its individuals. You can look at it that way, too.
That's why he's a lawyer.
That's right. But I would say, again, my response is don't just take this and throw it out the window. These are credible people who put this together.
All right, let's talk about the Alex Collins saga. Last week we talked about the kid that had initially said he was going to go to Arkansas. He has his letter of intent. Mom decides on National Signing Day, Splitsville, takes it and gets out, leaves the kid high and dry. The next day, Alex Collins' father goes with him, signs the letter of intent. Now Mom has retained an attorney. She hires the Cochran firm to come help her out. Right. With what, though? What's the goal here?
Well, we start off with the NCAA rule, which requires one parent or guardian to sign for the young man, which the father did. And unless the father has lost his parental rights, which does not appear to be the case, this appears to be a domestic dispute between two ex-couples, husband and wife, who are trying to control where the young man goes. Now, she needs to be cautious. She's hired a law firm, and they're throwing some words about somebody may have gotten something under the table. Be careful what you ask for. You might get it. If somebody raises an allegation and the NCAA thinks there's some smoke and has to follow it, we might wind up with a young man who's now at a community college instead of at Arkansas playing football.
So if you're a parent thinking about holding out on signing that letter of intent, don't do that.
You know, those three words can save us all
so many
lot
times.
of trouble.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have a lot of money if those three words were heeded by a lot of people out there.
We would just figure something else out.
All right, let's talk about Lance Armstrong. You've got this firm, this PR firm in Dallas saying, look, we want our $12 million back.
Yeah, this is convoluted. When they hired Armstrong and paid him all this money, they wanted a hero. They wanted a champion, and that's what they got initially. Then they went to an arbitration agreement, and at the arbitration agreement or hearing, Armstrong's lawyers say, well, guess what? If he's ever stripped of his titles, we'll give you the money back. He's been stripped of his titles. They've got a strong case. I don't think Armstrong ever goes under oath because he's scared to do so. And I think they're going to be writing, Armstrong's people will be writing these folks a check back pretty soon.
So it's pretty simple. If you're an attorney for Lance Armstrong, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't say we're going to give the money back.
But let me just say, I believe that his lawyers believed Armstrong. And this is the worst kind of client you can ever have, that misleads you as a lawyer and entering into an agreement that now you're stuck with.
If you need Ray, that's where you need to go. We're out of time, CSS fans. We got to go as well. Thanks for watching The Late Shift. As always, we'll see you next week.
That thing away.
It's loaded.